evening. Members of the Global Impact STEM Academy Governing Board, members of the Global Impact Administration, faculty, staff, parents, honored guests, and students. This evening we celebrate the Global Impact STEM Academy Class of 2022. My name is Joshua Jennings, and as founding director of Global Impact STEM Academy, it is my distinct honor and privilege to preside over tonight's graduation ceremony. We are blessed to have two graduates this evening that have made the commitment to serve our country by enlisting in the armed services. I want to take a moment to give those graduates special recognition. Graduates, as I call your name, please make your way to the front of the stage. Tristan Farrell and Mackenzie Purdue. Most of this evening's graduating class came to us as 8th grade students in a newly renovated facility at our current location. They were welcomed to our school by a new team of enthusiastic teachers, thirsty to promote progressive and innovative educational practices. Tonight, these soon-to-be graduates will join the ranks of a small group of proud alumni who've had the opportunity to be a part of something more than an education. They were part of an experience that focused on community, creativity, collaboration, and culture, as well as technical skill attainment in a school that has a focus on food, fiber, energy, and the environment. We realize that not all of our graduates will go on to pursue careers in agriculture or even STEM. However, our hope is that what you received and experienced at Global Impact has helped prepare you for any field that you have chosen to pursue or will pursue in the future. Global Impact is a school of choice. These graduates here tonight and their families made a conscious decision to take a risk, not only to be part of a community, but to build and sustain one. These students, like the graduates before them, help to build the community and culture that we, as your teachers and administrators, have been privileged to watch develop and grow into something that educators from around the United States and world come to and to learn from. Culture does not come from the facility, the resources, the equipment that a school has been blessed with, but it comes from a deep desire from the students, staff, parents, and community working together for the greater good. This is to ensure that the students of all backgrounds and experience come together to not only learn from their teachers, but to learn from each other. On behalf of myself and the governing board and the staff at Global Impact, it has been our pleasure to serve you as we have collectively celebrated our successes, learned from our failures, and faced unprecedented challenges. In the spring of your sophomore year, everything drastically changed. The pandemic forced us all to reflect in a way that we had never anticipated. As you know all too well from being a student at Global Impact, reflection is a key component of challenging ourselves to think critically about not only how, but why we do the things we do. In addition, the past few years have given us a renewed sense of gratitude for the things we took for granted. Your class has selected 22 by Taylor Swift as your song, and I feel as though the lyrics like we're happy, free, confused, and lonely all at the same time. It's miserable and magic, say it all. Tonight we are taking a forward-looking approach with excitement. Graduates, tonight is for you, and tonight your teachers celebrate with you and your families because we are all filled with pride in terms of what you have all overcome and accomplished. Class of 2022, we honor each and every one of you for the hard work, commitment to our school standard, and dedication to success. Teachers, administrators, board members, parents, and guests, join me in a round of applause as we show gratitude for this incredible team. Please stand when your name or group is called and remain standing. I would ask that our guests please hold their applause until all have been introduced. Sorry about this. Global Impact STEM Academy Governing Board members in attendance, Board Chair Horton Hobbs IV, Community Leader, Representative from Greater Springfield Partnership, Cynthia Longenberg, Higher Education Representative from Clark State College, Janice Welsheimer, who's in the audience tonight because she has a graduate or business and industry representative from Ohio Agribusiness Association. Janelle Reinhardt, business and industry representative from Wilbur Mustard Company. John Young, community leader representative from Young's Jersey Dairy. Rosina Matthews, K-12 education representative from Clark Shawnee Local School District. And Lisa Cole, board member at large from Dole Fresh Festivals Incorporated. Our Chief Academic Officer, Mrs. Jameson Trudenbach. Our Chief Operating Officer, Mr. Matt Ellinger. Our High School Director, Mr. Michael Payne. Our Middle School Director, Mr. Anthony Kilmer. All of our Global Impact STEM Academy staff. If you would stand, please remain standing. And to all of you standing, thank you for your support and investment in the students in our community. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause. Global Impact STEM Academy is anything but traditional. But in what is very traditional practice, Global Impact is recognizing the top student in terms of academic performance with the privilege of addressing their fellow students at Commencement. 2022's top student is Gracie Perkins. Gracie has a cumulative grade point average of 4.51, which graduated tonight with an associate degree of science from Clark State College. Gracie is the daughter of Brian and Ron Perkins. Gracie plans on attending the University of Cincinnati and majoring in medical laboratory science and pre-med. It is with pleasure that I introduce to you Gracie Perkins.
Family, friends, staff, faculty, alumni, and Geese. We all gather here today in celebration and recognition of our amazing class of 2022. My name is Gracie Perkins, and I have attended GISA since the start of my freshman year. I'm proud to say that I have been senior class president and will be graduating with a high school diploma and my associate's degree in science from Clark State College. Wow, we really made it. After 12 years of hard work and dedication, the day has come when we get to walk across this stage, receive our diploma, and celebrate such wonderful accomplishments. Not only will we be receiving our high school diplomas, but many of us graduating today are graduating with honors and an associate degree from Clark State. Of course, I can't take all of the credit. It is with great appreciation that we say thank you to GISA administration, faculty, and staff. You have fostered our intellectual development, you have challenged us, inspired creativity, and held us to high standards. Because of you, we can walk across this stage. Family members, parents, grandparents, siblings, mentors, and friends, you stood by us through everything. You motivated us to keep going, you loved us, you saw our potential when we didn't see it in ourselves. Because of you, we walk across this stage. The class of 2022, thank you all. When I reflect back on my 4 years at GISA, I see growth. I came in as a shy, insecure student. I was scared to use my voice. Through self-growth, however, I blossomed and I became confident in myself and my ideas. I can also clearly see growth in all of my peers. Growth is something unique. We are growing each and every day. However, it is not linear. Sometimes we must fail in order to grow. It's not always joyous either. That is why we have things called growing pains. Through failure, challenges, and struggle, we can grow to new heights. While each of us has grown individually, we have also grown collectively as a class. I can't remember the unit circle or how to do derivatives. Sorry, Mr. Bonar. But I do remember the life-changing experiences I had with my peers. We grew as friends and classmates, from daily fun in class, FFA events, to prom. We made every day a great one. On top of navigating the treacherous seas of high school life, from relationships to jobs to homework, we have also survived a pandemic in which we faced many obstacles, yet we fought, we grew, and we became stronger. After the peak of COVID and nearly 2 years of isolation, we came together and we reunited. We were vulnerable with each other, we shared experiences, and we grew together. We have overcome the barriers of mental health, physical health, violence, injustice, and stigma. We became college students, we became leaders, we became workers, and we became advocates for change. Class of 2022, we have grown exponentially. So what lies ahead after this? We will embark on a new journey to go into the workforce or continue our education. We are the future. We are the next generation of teachers, doctors, nurses, lawyers, businessmen and women, entrepreneurs, laborers, chefs, engineers. We are anything that we want to be. If I've learned anything from Mr. Schooler's chemistry and physics class, it is that objects in motion stay in motion. Class of 2022, you've made it this far. How will you keep the momentum, and how will you stay in motion? How are you going to keep growing on your next journey? On that journey, make sure to have fun, stay sharp, work hard, push the limits, stay on your toes, don't be scared to question the status quo, and always use your voice even if it's shaky. Be heard, be innovative, and be you. Class of 2022. Let's continue to grow.
Thank you, Gracie. It has been a pleasure getting to know you and work with you and your family over these past 4 years. Congratulations on all your accomplishments. In addition to recognizing, I want to see if we can work just a little bit, Mr. Ellinger's going to see if we can work the mic. In addition to recognizing our top performing student academically, students had the opportunity to write and share a speech with the Committee of Global Impact Academy staff who evaluated, then voted for the student who they felt best captured the essence of their experiences at Global Impact. 2022 student speaker is Ava Hess. Ava is the daughter of Gary and Mona Hess. Ava plans on attending the University of Kentucky and majoring in public health and minoring in theater. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Ava Hess.
Sir Joshua Jennings brought forth upon Springfield a new enlightened form of education to brighten the minds of the local youth. Okay, so part of me really wants to talk like that the entire speech, but I'm gonna not for your sake. And I will save my theatrical history lesson for a different time. So anyways, here we are, class of 2022, the first round of 8th graders to be inducted into the organized chaos. I'd like to think that we were the social experiment group that really paved the way for some of the cool experiential learning that our school gets to do. You guys remember the outdoor classroom? Yeah, neither do I. But our strategy of trial and error really showed what worked and what didn't. And I always feel like we had a positive outlook and a persistent mindset. No matter what bizarre and peculiar struggles or projects got thrown at us, we took them head on and got right back up. So COVID was definitely a thing that happened. But somehow we've all managed to still make it way up here today. Even though it was a period of change, uncertainty, and challenge, we still managed to push through and bloom into some of the brightest and kindest individuals I have ever met. This school has truly helped me find who I am and what I love. Some of you may find this shocking, but back before I came here, I was actually a quiet student. I didn't have much confidence in myself, nor did I really know what activities I enjoyed. But then, freshman year, some of my friends and teachers convinced me to audition for our school musical, and I genuinely think that experience changed my life. The people I have grown to know and love here, students, teachers, staff, have made such a large impact on me and who I am, and I cannot thank them enough. So recently I had a dream, and not like a dream for a speech's sake, like it was like an actual dream I had, that I was back in 8th grade, and I was up in the science room, and it was like no time had passed at all. You guys all looked exactly like I had first met you. And it was cool because there were some students who are no longer students here now, there as well. And, we were all worked up over the smallest things, like a missed Funny Story Friday, or the overnight DC bus ride. But it was one of the nicest dreams I think I've ever had. And it really reminded me of how much you all mean to me. No matter where we go or what we do, we will always have this of each other with us. So, it's my own proof of when we go out and change the world or whatever, I can't wait to do it hand in hand with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ava, for the time and thought you put into your comments and to your classmates. I would now like to introduce Global Impact's Chief Academic Officer, Mrs. Jamison Trunenbach.
Thank you, Mr. Jennings. Will our student speakers please come forward? We would like to present this honor certificate to each of you in recognition of your excellent representation of your graduating class. Congratulations, and thank you for inspiring words today. At this time, we are going to recognize students who performed above and beyond a traditional high school diploma. Individual student names, core descriptions, and their seals are on the diplomas and are indicated in your programs this evening. As we recognize each group, we will ask the students to stand and honor them with a round of applause. Students who earned a cumulative grade point average of 4.0 or higher are graduating with summa cum laude honors. Would the 35 students earning a summa cum laude honors please stand and be recognized? Students who earned a cumulative grade point average of 3.79 to 3.99 are graduating with magna cum laude honors. Would the 11 students earning magna cum laude honors please stand and be recognized? Students who earned a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 to 3.78 are graduating with cum laude honors. Would the 18 students earning cum laude honors please stand and be recognized? The Ohio Department of Education outlines criteria for students to receive diploma with honors. Would the 29 students earning academic honors diplomas please stand and be recognized? Would the one student earning a fine arts academic honors diploma please stand and be recognized? Would the 8 students earning a STEM academic honors diploma please stand and be recognized? Tonight we have 32 students graduating with an Associates of Science or an Associates of Art degree from Clark State College. Would those 32 students earning their associate's degree stand and be recognized? Global Scholars is a program that thrives on inclusivity, equity, and access for all, develops globally competent students with the knowledge, skills, and mindset necessary for leadership, citizenship, and careers in an interconnected global society. Would the 13 students earning the Global Scholars Diploma Seal please stand and be recognized? All students enrolled at Global Impact are members of our school's FFA chapter. To earn an FFA cord, students have to meet or exceed predetermined standards of excellence and or participation in this leadership organization. Would the 20 students earning an FFA cord please stand and be recognized? Due to Global Impact having a specific industry focus in agricultural biotechnology, students are required to take state assessments that measure their aptitude in this career field. Students who have met or exceeded the Ohio Department of Education's Office of Career and Technical Education industry standards on these assessments, called web exams, have earned a graduation cord for this accomplishment. Would the 47 students earning a web exam cord please stand and be recognized? The Ohio Agribusiness Association provides an industry-recognized agribusiness credential that verifies high school student expertise in the areas of agriculture, agribusiness, and production systems to be eligible for the program. A student must be enrolled in a career technical and agricultural program and document 500 hours in supervised agricultural experiences, SAE. Will the 7 students receiving the OABA, Ohio Agribusiness Association, industry credential please stand? SIFT offers a specialist credential where students plan, develop, complete a placement, entrepreneurship, or research excellence program in the food industry. Students must document at least 500 hours in a journal with skills identified in relation to Ohio Career Field Technical Content Standards, utilizing a system that tracks competency achievement. Will the student receiving the SIFT Food Industry Specialist credential please stand? The Ohio Means Jobs Readiness Seal is a formal designation students can earn on their high school diploma and transcripts indicating they have personal strengths, strong work ethic, and professional experience that businesses need. Would the 23 students earning the Ohio Means Jobs Readiness Seal please stand? And finally, the class of 2022 has 88 students who have completed all 4 years of programming that Global Impact had to offer them. Would all 88 of these students who attended Global Impact STEM Academy all 4 years of high school please stand and be recognized?
Somebody want this back? Is it yours? Okay, hold on. Remember that time? All right. Horton Hobbs has served as Vice President of Economic Development for the Partnership of Greater Springfield, formerly known as the Chamber of Greater Springfield, since January of 2012. In his position, he works closely with local economic development partners to assist existing businesses, attract new businesses, develop real estate, and aggressively market the community. Since his arrival at the partnership, he has coordinated efforts that have resulted in approximately 7,000 jobs created, 9,500 jobs retained, approximately $1 billion in new investments, the development of a $9 million 200-acre industrial park, and the location of Tokray America Corporation, Silflex, Cerati Sweet Mart, and Geese to Springfield. In 2020, Mr. Hobbs led efforts to raise $4 million locally to support economic and workforce development efforts in Clark County. His previous work included positions as Development Officer for Springfield Foundation, Executive Director of the Center City Association, Planning Director of the City of New Carlisle, and Regional Planner for the Miami Valley Regional Planning Commission. He received his Bachelor's of Arts degree in Geography from Whitworth University in 1997 and his Master's in Geography and Urban and Regional Development Planning from Miami University in 2002. In May of 2013, he was named one of Dayton Business Journal's top 40 under 40. He is actively involved with a variety of nonprofit organizations, including Mid-America Economic Development Council Board of Directors, Ohio Economic Development Association Board of Directors, Rotary Club of Springfield, Ohio, United Way, Mental Health Foundation Board of Directors, and Mental Health Services Board of Directors for Clark and Madison counties. In addition, Mr. Hobbs serves as the current board chair for Global Impact STEM Academy. He is an incredible champion of this organization, and we are blessed to have him here this evening to address the GISA class of 2022. 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Courtney Hobbs.
All right, so it's always a nightmare, excuse me, when you give somebody your bio and they actually read it. That is horrible. Thank you, Mr. Denny. Actually, I've known Josh for a long, long time. Gracie, Ava, great job. It was incredible. Your passion and your delivery was fantastic, so great job. And no vocal pauses, great job. In all seriousness, it is such an honor to stand here in front of this audience. And I do feel badly, students, I'm going to keep turning like this, and then the microphone's going to go crazy, and it's going to be weird. But this message is for you. So if I'm not speaking directly at you, please know I'm trying to. You know, as a community member, I was sitting here thinking about how often I get a chance to walk through the doors of this school in my capacity, not as a board member, but as a community citizen, a community leader that has the chance that most people don't get. And that is to bring companies or people from outside of the community into our community to see the incredible things that are happening in Clark County. And I will tell you unequivocally, this school, Global Impact STEM Academy, is a gem among gems. It is the differentiator for this community, bar none. For me to be able to walk through these halls and bring companies in that are looking to take a chance in our town, and then I get to watch Mr. Jennings and his great staff walk us through the halls, and when I see these kids in the classrooms engaged like I've never seen in my life, there's nothing I need to say to sell this town to anybody. This student body, this school is a gem, and we all should take total advantage of what this school has to offer for this community. It sets us apart. So I want to congratulate not just the students that are graduating tonight, but the parents and families and loved ones that sent your children to this school. And I want to thank this administration for your tireless leadership. Let's give them a round of applause. That went off script completely, so I apologize. Those were not my comments. I just was caught in the moment and really blown away by the accomplishments of this class. Well, seniors, you made it. Today is a day of reflection, celebration, and congratulations. And let me begin by congratulating 3 special groups of people: teachers and administrators, parents, grandparents, and loved ones, and of course, most important, the students. Teachers and administrators, congratulations for impacting the lives of these students and preparing them for the road ahead. You have inspired many in ways you will never know. Parents, grandparents, and loved ones, congratulations for supporting your students and providing them with the encouragement, guidance, discipline, and motivation to make it to today, and for preparing them for their next journey. They may not thank you now, but they will thank you later. And students, congratulations on achieving another milestone and reaching an important time in your life. As the most famous cat in the world ever said, Garfield, truly, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Students, take a moment to think back to that first day here at Global Impact. Go ahead, get your mind there. For most of you, you walked through the doors with the same fear and excitement you have now, or will have when you go on to your first real job or on to college. Remember that feeling? All the what-ifs clouding your mind and blocking the view of the opportunity that lay ahead of you. Soon, the fear subsided, the what-ifs became the what's next, and you gathered new friendships and strengthened old ones. You experienced the best of high school: dances, proms, FFA events, sporting events, club activities, friends, boyfriends or girlfriends, great teachers, and some probably not so great ones, right? But before you knew it, you were sitting right here, right now. Cherish all of the memories and let them fuel your future. I know this may sound cliche, but for some of you, high school will be the greatest years of your life. And now you've closed the door on this chapter of your life. So what's next through the next door? For some, it's on to college to pursue more formal education around a career you'd like to pursue. For others, school is done for you, perhaps forever, and you've chosen to pursue a career or military service right now. For still some of you, your future is unclear and tomorrow is undecided. Whichever door you have chosen, it's time to open it, and open it now. The question is, what will you make of the opportunities you will find on the other side of that door? I want each of you to close your eyes and bow your head. I'm not going to pray, but I want you to close your eyes. It's going to be just fine. You got to take this seriously. I want to ask you a couple of questions that will require your complete honesty, and I'm asking you to do this because none of your classmates will see your responses. So take it seriously. This is the last test, I promise, that you're going to take before you receive a diploma here in just a few minutes. It's a completely judgment-free zone, so I hope that you will answer honestly. And audience, pay attention. First question. Are you scared or fearful of what your future holds, what tomorrow will bring? Go ahead. Be honest. No one's seeing it. Okay? Nope, just put your hands up. I mean, if you want to jump up and down, you can too. That's all right. And the second question. Are you afraid to fail? All right. Go ahead, you can open your eyes. Well, put your hands down first. Okay, now you can open your eyes. I told you nobody was going to see that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is perfectly normal. I was scared before I stood up here tonight. And I talk in front of people all the time. Most people don't think I can shut up. But the fact is, I get nervous before I do those things too. You know, that's normal and completely expected. But just remember, fear is the thief of our dreams. Don't be afraid of fear because it sharpens you. It challenges you. It makes you stronger. And when you run away from fear, you also run away from the opportunity to be the best possible self you can be. As Eleanor Roosevelt once said, you gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You are able to say to yourself, I have lived this horror. I can take the next thing that comes along. You must do the thing you think you cannot do. Fear and failure are a part of living. Do not let them hold you back. It's time to embrace them and let them help you become the person you desire to be. Now, how many of you know what you're going to be doing in 10 years from now? What your career will be? Pretty good. That's pretty good. Well, let me tell you something. 29 years ago, and I'm aging myself, I sat not in the same spot you sat in, but in similar, really uncomfortable chairs, ready for the guy or the gal standing here to shut up so I could get my diploma. I was there. And I thought I knew exactly what I wanted to do. And pardon me, because I'm actually talking to the students now directly. I thought I wanted to be a biology major and I was going to be a scientist the rest of my life. And I was going to do it because that's what my dad did and that's what my grandfather did. I was going to graduate from Shawnee High School where I went, and I went to Alma College up in Michigan. And I did. I started out being a biology major and I wanted to be that scientist. Didn't know what I was going to do. But I was probably going to crawl around in caves somewhere just like my dad did and look at crayfish and weird animals and do some really cool stuff. And I started that way. But I left my hometown and went somewhere I was scared to death of. I went to that state up north, lived there. That was weird. I can tell you when I crossed the state lines, the roads were terrible. I knew I had to stay up north. But nonetheless, I was there for a year. And then I got a call after class, second semester, and it was my father, and he told me that my grandfather had passed away. Now, my grandfather was a scientist at the Smithsonian, and my dad and my grandfather spent a lot of time doing research together. And so it made me realize, hey, I got to do something with my life, but I can't do it here. I need to come back home. So I left Alma. I left the school I chose. And I came back, and I went to Wittenberg University, and I started working with my dad at WIT. And I lived at home. so I lost the college experience. But I also had a girlfriend who later became my wife here too, so that was kind of cool. But I took a class called organic chemistry. Has anybody in the audience or here ever taken organic chemistry? It is an absolute disaster. At least it was for me. But I didn't quit. I just got a tutor, and then I realized I really didn't have the skills to be a biologist. So I withdrew from the class just to save my GPA, and I took an elective class out of the blue. It was a geography class. It was about Southeast Asian cultures. I didn't even know where Southeast Asia was. But let me tell you what, the professor that was doing the teaching looked like Santa Claus. Leonard Brown, I'll never forget him. He changed my life. He changed my life because he saw, I got to see what passion was every single day for a subject I didn't really care or know anything about. And then I took another geography course and another one, and the next thing I knew, I was a double major in biology and geography. And I got to take classes like GIS, Geographic Information Systems. Anybody ever heard of that? Map making. When I was a junior in college, a sophomore in college, we were hand drawing maps one semester. The next semester, we were the first class in the country outside of Ohio State University to do digital mapping. Pretty cool. Could have retired if I stayed in that. I'm telling you this because I had it all figured out, just like some of you do. And then when I talked to my dad about not continuing as a bio major, or I was going to be a bio major, but not continue that way, I was thankful that I had parents that supported every decision I made, because I did it by following my heart. I didn't know what passion was at that time, but I figured it out later. So I ended up going on and getting a master's degree at Miami University, got married right out of college, and started that path. I was going to be a planner. I was going to plan communities and work with communities to make their community better. I had hoped one day I'd come back and work in Springfield, but I didn't know. I took that job at Miami Valley Regional Planning Commission. It led to another job. I can't keep the job, apparently. It led to another job at the city of New Carlisle, and then downtown Springfield. And I was a 28-year-old kid working downtown when the hospitals merged and they decided to go downtown. I was over my skis. I had no clue what I was doing. I thought I did, but I was 28. What do you really know at 28? What I do know is that if you believe in what you're doing, and if you bring passion to what you do, every day is manageable. But at some point I got kind of tired of that job. I didn't realize it, but I had an opportunity to go work at a community foundation. And to tell you how ignorant I was, when they said, hey, would you like to be the development officer at the Springfield Foundation, I thought it was economic development. I had no idea it was fundraising. That's a fact. So here I have a master's degree in planning, and now I'm a fundraiser. I thought I failed. I thought I lost my whole, why did I go to college? Why did I go on to get a degree? Why did I pick my wife up, move her from Springfield where she had never left, go to West College Corner, Indiana to get a grad degree if I'm going to abandon it? But it turned out those 6 years at the Springfield Foundation up to that point were the best 6 years of my life professionally. I met people I never would have met any other way, and I learned more about our community and the generosity of people in our community than I ever have since. And then one day I got tapped on the shoulder and asked to go end up doing the job that I'm doing now. And again, 10 years ago, I was over my skis and I had no clue. But it's turned out to be the greatest job I've ever had. And I hope that all of you one day get to wake up just like I do every single day and live your passion. And do the thing that drives you in ways you get fulfilled. Not all of you are going to end up where you think you're going to start. And it's okay. If I'm anything, I'm a product of change, and I'm a product of trying to do something different, even though I think I have it always all figured out. It's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay to change your mind. That's how you grow. Remember, 80% of life is showing up. 80% of people never show up. Be one of the 20% that show up every single day. Okay? That's the most important message. Leave with nothing else. And I was reminded by my daughter who graduates from Springfield High on this Saturday, my youngest. She said, "Dad, I know that you prepared this speech, but they're not going to listen to you. They don't." It's really great when you have a brutally honest 18-year-old that's graduating. So I know what you're thinking, and that's okay. Hopefully you'll remember something. So you've heard a little bit of my life story. Now it's time for me to get on with landing the plane, and I'm just going to leave you just a few more messages. Just remember, on average, each one of you will probably have 7 different careers, not jobs, careers in your lifetime, according to most recent stats. Each one of my jobs or careers helped me prepare for the next one. While I didn't think so at the time, each one of those opportunities made me a better professional and, honestly, a much better person, father, and husband. Find and follow your passion, not your parents' passion, not your teachers or your friends, but yours. Find your passion. No matter what you do it with passion, for it will energize you and those around you. I'm truly blessed to wake up each day and live my passion. And what I have learned over the many years now is that passion is where the magic happens. In closing, teachers, continue to be here for these students. My hope for them is that they become lifelong learners, and as they do, you never know when they may seek your guidance. Parents, grandparents, and loved ones, you saw your students' responses to my questions. Please be there for them. Encourage them to conquer their fears, learn from their failures, and be their support mechanism even when not asked. And students, this is where I get corny. I'm going to share with you some of my favorite quotes and those kinds of things, but honestly, these are some of the things that I live on. Doug Adams. Anybody know who Doug is? Doug Adams? See the movie Up? I may not have gone where I intended to go, but I think I ended up where I needed to be. Enjoy the little things in life, for one day you'll look back and realize they were the big things. People will always throw stones in our path. What will happen depends on what you make of it, a wall or a bridge. Shelves are for books, not dreams. When the world says give up, hope whispers, try one more time. Adventure is out there, and it must have really liked Doug. You can't blend in if you were born to stand out. Be passionate, balance your life, discover opportunities, don't dwell on the past, and I promise you will do something awesome. One more quote. For those in the audience, they'll understand this. How many of you remember MASH? Any of you watched MASH? A few of you. All right. Well, Captain Hawkeye Pierce was always my favorite. This is my favorite quote from him. You have to leave the city of your comfort and go into the wilderness of your intuition. You can't get there by bus, only by hard work and risk, and by not quite knowing what you're doing. But what you'll discover will be wonderful. What you'll discover will be yourself. You know, 22 is your class song, kids. And I went back and I looked at those lyrics one more time, and I probably should know them since my daughter's sang the crap out of that song too. Right there at the bridge, we're happy, free, confused, and lonely in the best way. I was going to sing it, but it's probably not a good idea. It's miserable and magical, oh yeah, kind of like tonight, right? But tonight's the night when we forget about the deadlines. Tonight's the night we forget about the heartbreaks. Kind of right, guys. Congratulations, class of 22. Enjoy this moment and prepare for what is next for you. Thank you for letting me share your evening and your special moment. It took me back nearly 30 years, and that's been a blast for me. Hey, seniors, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling like 22.
Thank you, Mr. Hobbs. And now, the class of 2022, Members of the Global Impact STEM Academy Class of 2022, please rise. Members of the Governing Board, administration, faculty, staff, honored guests, parents, friends, and fellow students, I present to you the candidates who have satisfied the requirements set forth by the Ohio Department of Education and the Global Impact Governing Board necessary for graduation and the presentation of a diploma. Mr. Jennings, Founding Director of Global Impact, will you please come forward to assist in the presenting of diplomas to the class of 2022? Gracie Michelle Young Law Perkins. Griffin Michael Abbey. Chloe Jade Archbold. Chloe Faye Atwood. Cooper Reed Baer. Caitlin Nicole Baker. Zoe Grace Ballard. Arlie William Benson Jr. Judah Dawn May Ling Brammer. Kaylee Dane Butler. Thomas James Issa Campbell. Drew Colin Cantrell. Hope Diane Klingerman. Amia Karen Davenport. Keisha Jane. Anthony Michael Dennis. Gabriel Joseph Dixon. Tyler Samuel Dixon. Hannah Gail Drugman. Amaya Mazel Dudley. Tristan James Farrell. Christopher Jaden Fraley. Gibson Elliott Fry. Hallie Meir Gilly. Luke Taylor Glaze. Eric James Goddard. Bennett Anil Godino Nelson. Zane Ashwin Godino Nelson. Robert Graves. Wyatt Thomas Grimm. Cheney Payne Gross. Carson Spencer Gutierrez. Ryan Matthew Hanford. Kellen Matthew Harris. Peyton Ryan Harris. Nicholas Alexander Hayes. Ava Elizabeth Hess. Abigail Catherine Hogsett. Tessa Jane Holcomb. Lillian Emma May Hudson. Hope Jacqueline Levon Huffman. Jadea Lene Marie Jefferson. Brandon Michael Johnson Jr. Nayana Marie Johnson. Benjamin Michael Cavis. Aubrey Anna Keener. Sophia Rose Kinsler.
Yes, Sophie! Yeah!
Jaden
I love you!
K. Elizabeth Larrabee. Damian Austin Lehman. Matthew Jacob Mahan. Madeline Ann McCutcheon. Miranda Jean McMullen. Eli Allen Meesey. Connor Jade Miller. Parker Wade Mills. Chloe Elizabeth Seal. Taylor Nicole Seary. Byron Jude Sharp. Kendall Aurora Ann Sharp. Jaden Allen Shaw. Austin Michael Simons. Samuel Ryan Smith. Jordan Elizabeth Soul. Kendall Grace Spencer. Olivia Anna Stickney. Molly Marie Studi. Gavin Darren Toll. Evan Lee Turner. Aiden Lee Weaver. Philip Christian Welsheimer. Mackenzie Ray Whaley. Josephine Marie Wise. Elizabeth Grace Wiseman. Mr. Jennings, I present to you the class of 2022.
I will. I can't wait to get a basket in my office and start reading them. There's little messages on some of them, for those of you who can't see them up close, so I can't. Thank you, Mrs. Trumenbach. Prior to the closing remarks this evening, let me remind you that following the recession of the students, you will be able to meet your graduate in the cafeteria, the John Legend Theater lobby, any of the common spaces within the building, and let me remind you, some of the graduates may need to go back to the gymnasium to get some personal items. So we ask that you please wait until all graduates, staff members, board members have exited the theater before then you exit. I would now like to introduce Mr. Michael Payne, Global Impact's High School Director, to make some closing remarks. Mr. Payne.
Good evening. It's always tough going last with a speech because you hear all these brilliant students and Mr. Horton Hobbs, and then you think back to how you just wrote about goose facts. So, what are you going to do? Everyone close their eyes. Yeah, pull from the best. No one's looking. Raise your hand if you ever got away with something you shouldn't have. Mr. Hellinger, write that down. All right. Good evening. Geese and class of 2022. I wasn't kidding about these goose facts. On occasion, perhaps you've looked to the sky and noticed that majestic flying V. That V consists of the very geese we are named after. That loyal, accepting, comforting creature. You see, geese fly together in this way, as it is a much more effective way to fly. Each wing flap creates a gust that benefits those behind them, bolstering their ability to stay afloat. They act as a team, a single unit. And the leader, well, once they've exhausted their abilities, rotates out constantly for the next in line to take their place. All are leaders, all are followers. This notion is one of many that reminds me constantly of why we are named after such an incredible species. Returning from the pandemic, it has been this class, 2022, leading our V. You bolstered those behind you who are now ready to take on that role as each of you find your way in the world. Some of you heading to the workforce, some to universities, some to the military. But each of you is leaving with a fly. A group that has flown together for years, consistently pushing forward, benefiting those who follow behind you. Class of 2022, as you spread your wings and begin your new adventure, know that you have led this gaggle through everything the world has to throw at you, bolstering those behind you. And it's finally your turn to step aside and let a new class lead the skein. That's a group of geese in the air. Be proud of your accomplishments. Grow from your mistakes. And please, please know, I will always be grateful for the opportunity to have been your high school director. Congratulations, class of 2022, because gosh darn it, you deserve it. Everything works with a wizard robe on. I would like to reintroduce Gracie Perkins, who also serves as the Global Impact STEM Academy Class of 2022 President. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Gracie Perkins.
The American tradition of moving the tassel on the graduation caps from the right side to the left signifies the recognition of earning a degree. It is my pleasure in leading you in this time-honored tradition. Graduates, please stand and join me as we together turn our tassels. Congratulations.
Let's go, Sophie! Hi, Sophie!